Hello my friends, I'm Bee and this is Bee's Intuition, and today we're gonna do a reading. This one's gonna be a little bit different because I got inspired because on my way here there seemed to be a lot of I don't know, obstacles, I guess. I usually bring my water bottle with me because I'm chronically ill and I need water pretty much at all times, but I brought it outside and then forgot it on my porch. Even though it was like right there with my other stuff, but for whatever reason I just forgot to bring it. So I could have turned around and went back, and then once I got back I might have been less motivated to come back out, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going. And then my music randomly crashed, like the app just crashed, which it has been doing a lot lately anyways. My phone's just been weird in general, to be honest. And I saw like a lot of like dead little bugs along the way here, and so like all of those sort of combined just reminded me like how certain obstacles or things that you may take as like a bad omen or whatever may deter you from your path. But I think that it's important to have a determination and stubbornness when it comes to the things that fulfill you, the things that you want to do, the things that you think are important. Like these videos, I think that they're very important. I think that they make me happy. I love to do them. I love to do readings. I love to see how people react to these readings. I love to read people's comments. It's very fulfilling for me, and I think it's very important, at least to me. And then I think hopefully that the messages reach others and are helpful for others as well. But I think that I'm going to base this reading about words of encouragement, because when it comes to your passions, your paths in life, the things that you truly want to accomplish for yourself, you need to have a certain amount of stubbornness, a certain amount of, I have my eyes on the prize and I'm not going to let anything stand in that way, or stand in the way of that, And so even though I could have taken all of those little things as signs that this was not supposed to happen, this reading's not supposed to happen, I wasn't supposed to record this or whatever, I put those thoughts and feelings aside. And I was like, no, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm determined to do today, regardless of what is standing in the way. Because again, when it comes to our paths, our purpose, our passions, there's always going to be external factors that are trying to get in the way of you doing something. Whether that's other people's opinions, whether that's self-doubts, whether that's, inconveniences such as leaving your water bottle behind. I just pretty much want to hopefully motivate, inspire, encourage anybody out there that is currently going through something that they feel like has some sort of resistance to it, or that they feel like there are external factors that are causing resistance. So this is just going to be words of encouragement from Spirit to you, the collective, and hopefully there'll be something in this that you can actually use to your situation. Because there's always going to be resistance, there's always going to be something in the way of achieving something. But the things that matter the most, the things that are going to fulfill you the most, are the things that are not easy to achieve. The things that do have those obstacles in the way. And that's what makes that the taste of winning, or the taste of success, the taste of, accomplishing something is always going to taste so sweet, because you went through that, and you didn't listen to those internal thoughts and feelings of doubt. I'm also going to try and keep this one a little bit shorter, just because my phone has been dying randomly recently. It tells me that I have plenty of battery left, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll believe you. And it's just like, LOL, JK. And it's always when I'm recording. Ugh. But anyways, another external factor that wants to try and slow me down, but I'm not going to allow it to. For anybody interested, I am a Leo sun and a Taurus moon, so that's two fixed signs. That's a lot of stubbornness. And I think I have like other fixed signs in my chart somewhere, but anyways, so I feel like those two parts of me make me a little bit more stubborn, but I feel like that stubbornness can be good. Stubbornness is seen as a bad thing, especially in our society, but sometimes it can be a good thing. Think about like anybody that has become famous throughout their life or has become successful throughout their life or something. You know, somebody that didn't start with success but became successful. It's because they didn't give up. It's because they kept going. It's because they didn't listen to others that were trying to hold them back and pull them down. So yeah, this is hopefully going to be words of encouragement, words of motivation, inspiration for y'all. Let's just dive right in, okay? Please and thank you, Spirit. What words of encouragement do you have for the collective today? Please and thank you. Also, when I say today, I don't mean like specifically this day. It can be whenever you are seeing this message that these are going to apply to you, or they could apply to you. Anything else, please and thank you, Spirit. Any other messages of encouragement? Ooh, so far, interesting. I'm just gonna see if I can get at least one more or a couple. Not a bunch, please. Oh no. You know what? I will take it. I will take it. All right. So let's put these down and spread them out. Okay. The first one, the star card. So Spirit's telling you, you have a destiny that is powerful, okay? You are meant to be a star in your lifetime. And that doesn't even have to be fame. That doesn't even have to be becoming a celebrity or anything like that, or becoming like an influencer. It doesn't have to be that. It's just the star in whatever you rock, you know, whatever area is your expertise, whatever area that is your skills, you're gonna be very good at it and people are gonna notice. And I think, yeah, you're gonna notice as well. And you're gonna reach this pinnacle of success. You know, I think it's really just saying it's written in the stars for you to be successful at whatever you do. Doesn't matter what it is. You're going to make an impact in this world. And so I think, you know, Spirit's just saying, like, believe that this is your destiny, regardless of what obstacles pop up for you. You must believe that this is your destiny in order to achieve it. Ten of Swords came out in the reverse. I love that that came out in the reverse, especially because on the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it is somebody laying on the ground with a bunch of swords in his back. And when you put it in reverse, all of those swords, you know, would fall out if it was upside down. And so it's almost like saying, like, releasing that pain, releasing, honestly, because of the swords, probably a lot of self-doubts, a lot of like overthinking, releasing all of those like things inside of you that are saying no, or don't, or you can't do this, or you can't overcome these obstacles. You can. Release all of that doubt. Release all of those things that people have told you throughout your life that have discouraged you. Release all of that. And I feel like you are, honestly. Nine of Cups. You're going to achieve your dreams. Like, truly, like, wish fulfillment is here. And so, yeah, just believe in it. I feel like, honestly, the belief that this is your destiny, the belief that this is success is your fate in life, I feel like that will help motivate you. And maybe you need to, like, you know, if that doesn't come easy to you, I always speak about positive affirmations, because I truly believe that positive affirmations are one of the reasons why I am able to manifest today. You know, and I started as somebody that would constantly fill my head with not even just self-doubt, but like being really mean and cruel to myself, saying really nasty things about myself. And it took so long to shift out of that, but positive affirmations were so incredibly helpful. Also, like during listening to positive affirmations before you go to sleep and when you wake up, those are the two times throughout the day that your mind is going to absorb information the most. So that would be helpful for anybody out there that's considering doing positive affirmations. There's so many that you can find on YouTube. YouTube is a great resource for those types of things, for sure. And you can find something that's hours long that you can even listen to while you're asleep, you know, and have it seep into your subconscious. And so, like, yeah, like, just believe that you're gonna have this dream fulfillment, this wish fulfillment in your lifetime. The sun. The sun, baby. Happiness. Like, you're gonna be coming into a time of pure and utter happiness. You're gonna glow. You're gonna just be so freaking radiant in whatever field of work you do, in whatever area of life that you are a master at. You're gonna be so bright and beautiful, and it's gonna make a difference. We can't have life on earth without the sun, okay? And that's you. You're the sun. You know, whoever you are out there, you are able to spread this light and share this light with the world, and it needs to be seen. It's necessary. It's necessary for life. So whatever it is that you do good at, believe that that is making an impact, regardless of how you feel, regardless of those internal thoughts and feelings. Just know it's making such a huge impact, and it's so necessary. Okay. This is the Knight of Wands. Go for it. Yeah, this is really just an energized card, you know, of like somebody that is going for what they are passionate about. They are acting upon these passions. You may even receive some sort of news from somebody else that is telling you about your passions, maybe words of encouragement to keep you going. Or somebody's recognizing how passionate you are in your work, and how that even, and that's the thing too, when we personally do these types of things, even if we feel like we're not making that much of an impact, if we're feeling like, you know, it's not really reaching people, it can inspire so many, you know, because like when we take whatever we're good at and we apply it to our life and we use it as like, you know, we take those passions and we go for it and we show up as that person that is acting upon those feelings and those passions and stuff, everybody around you sees that. And everybody around you that ever thought, oh, I can't do it, or, you know, my family says I could never do something like that because of X, Y, and Z, you know, like it inspires so many, you know, and I feel like that's a whole nother aspect of it as well, is like, it's so important, you know, again, like it's so important for you to do whatever it is that you are good at, whatever it is that you feel like you are strong, like an area that you are strong, or skillful, like it's impactful. And again, there's like imagery of the sun, light, shining. You're going to be shining. Whatever like area, whatever this is for you, it's your destiny to shine out there. And I feel like through shining, you are gonna inspire so many others. Whether you see that or not, it will happen. Just trust in that. Two of Swords. Okay, so I do feel a little bit of uncertainty with you, which makes sense. You know, we all have uncertainty. Like, we could be born and raised to do a specific thing and still have doubts, you know, if we're even good at that, or, you know, if we're really meant to do that thing or whatever, you know, like, it doesn't matter where we're at on our journey, we're always going to have those doubts creeping in. But I think it's like really saying to trust. Trust is such a huge part of this, and it's so hard to trust, especially blindly when we're not seeing 3D validation for that trust, you know. And it's interesting that it's like a solar eclipse up here, because those thoughts, those doubts are covering up you. They're covering up your potential, because remember, we have the sun. We have like these cards that are showing that you are shining in whatever it is that you're doing. And there's going to be things that are going to try and block you out. There's going to be those creeping thoughts of doubt and, you know, skepticism about like, is this really my path? Like, is this really meant for me? There's even going to be people that are going to try and stand in front of you while you're trying to shine, but you're not going to let them stand in your way. You're not going to let them defeat you. You're going to keep going, and you're going to keep trusting in the process. No matter how confused, no matter how uncertain, how unclear it looks, this is your path. You are meant to do this. You're meant to shine, regardless of those obstacles. Because you're necessary. You're necessary for life. And I feel like it's kind of like the arts. I think the arts are one of the most important things in society, because I think I've heard somewhere, I can't remember the complete quote, but it pretty much is along the lines of like, you know, art may not be necessary for life, but it makes life worth living. And so that's when I feel heartbroken when school systems don't have enough money to put into the arts, because I do think that children and people in general need to have some sort of creative channel, or something that they can pour their creativity into, something that can be helpful and purposeful, because it touches so many others. Art can speak to so many others without even saying a word, you know? So, like, even if it is something that technically as a society we don't need it to survive, it's still so necessary for life, right? Like, because like these small things make a huge difference. They can make even the most lost person feel heard and understood and seen, you know? And just believe that that is you. You're gonna be that light in the world that is like showing what is possible, what makes life beautiful, what makes life worth living, you know? And you're a part of that. Six of Pentacles. So this could be feeling a bit of an uncertainty because of a lack of physical success, or you know, three-dimensional validation. Things in your physical world not lining up with what your vision is. But again, it's like trusting the process, trusting that you will harvest this beautiful thing that you are growing in your life right now. Because again, it's your destiny. And like, you can't rush nature, you know? You can't rush nature. And we, you know, as much as we try to like separate ourselves as humans from nature, especially in our society, we try to cut ourselves off from nature, but we and nature are one and the same. We're all connected through nature. And so it's like, it only makes sense that we can't rush ourselves even, you know? All of our stories are different. We are all on different timelines in our lives, and none of those things are bad. You know, it's beautiful to see people from all different backgrounds, all different cultures, all different walks of life achieving things in their life, regardless of what those achievements or accomplishments are. And like, when you see, you know, at least for me, when I see somebody become famous in their 30s, 40s, whatever, I am even more inspired, you know, because it's like, it shows people like me, like, hey, at any point in my life, I can accomplish my dreams. It doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter how many things I've achieved up until this point. It's possible. And this person is proof of that. And that's going to be you. You know, you're going to be that person for others who's accomplishing these things at any part in their life, any, you know, any phase of their life. And you're going to be accomplishing things, and people are going to see that, and they're going to be like, wow, I love that, you know? And so, like, don't rush things, because you're going to be on the track and the path to your life, and you're going to be on, like, you're going to be on your path. You're going to be going down this journey, you know? And it's going to be difficult. And there's going to be times when you're like, okay, where's the payoff, you know? But you can't rush nature, and you can't rush yourself. You can't rush your own journey. It has to happen exactly as it's going to happen. And we just have to trust that that's going to be for our best good and for the good of all. Bottom of the deck, Five of Wands. So I do see this as internal conflict. Yeah, I feel like you're definitely somebody that struggles with self-doubts. And like, this could also be like past trauma, past, you know, people that were just negative and trying to hold you back, trying to keep you from doing things. That all like comes up and causes that internal conflict within yourself. So I feel like in those moments, it's important to get yourself grounded. Do something that helps you feel like you're in your body, in the present moment, in a calm and peaceful way. For instance, I personally love to listen to music when I'm doing the dishes, because I have to do the dishes. I don't particularly like doing the dishes, but when I listen to my favorite music, it's not so bad. I can do it, you know? And so do small things like that. And then it's like, yeah, I'm completely in that present moment, in those moments, you know? Like, even if I'm doing dishes that I don't really particularly like to do, it's like I'm still there, you know? I'm still doing the dishes. I feel everything that is going on around me. I feel the music. I hear the music. I am, you know, sometimes I'm singing, sometimes I'm dancing while I'm doing the dishes, you know? Just do something that helps you become more grounded, more in your body, more in the present moment, and in a positive way, or as positive as you can make it, because not every situation is going to be ideal, you know, not everything is going to be exactly, you know, like, I can't avoid doing the dishes, you know, and so it's like, it's not going to be ideal, but it's going to be a lot better when you add things to it that make you happy, that fulfill you, that help you feel like you can do something. So like, that could be something for you as well. Just try and spice up your routine, or add a little bit of something to it to help you motivate you to do the things that you have to do when you don't particularly feel like doing them. And I feel like when you're in that grounded space, when you're in the present moment, it's so much easier to not let those conflicting thoughts come to mind, especially when you're sort of distracting yourself with physical things, such as doing the dishes, such as listening to your music, because in those moments I don't really overthink. When I'm doing the dishes and listening to my favorite music, all I'm thinking of is just listening to that music and, you know, thinking about the lyrics of the song and, you know, all of that. I'm not thinking about like how I have doubts about the path I'm going down. I don't have time to think about all that past disappointment or words of discouragement. Disencouragement, or, you know, people not encouraging me to go down a certain path. Like, I don't have any time to think about those things when I'm in that moment. And so I feel like when it comes to all of those overwhelming thoughts, all of those conflicting feelings, just be within the present moment and tap into the divine and tap into yourself. And yeah, sometimes physical distractions can be helpful. Not to say that that's always necessary, of course, because sometimes we have to feel through things. We can't always distract ourselves to get past something, because sometimes we need to feel through those moments of difficulty. But, you know, if it feels right, then do something like that, and it will definitely help you, I believe. Okay, so let's just start clarifying. Starting out with that star card, please and thank you. The World card. You're leveling up. You are so divine. Again, it's like you are the star. Like, even in this card, she looks like the star, because it's like she's surrounded by like these like they represent the fixed signs, these little like people animals, like peoples and animals around the person in the middle. But it's like, yeah, you're divine. You're shining in this world. Literally, the World card. That's your destiny. You're meant to shine. You're meant to have this spiritual enlightenment. You're meant to have this wisdom. And you're meant to inspire so many. And everybody's going to be inspired by you. Whether they admit that to themselves or not. Because, like, I don't care who you are. If you hear something that's inspiring, like, you can act like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. I did this, blah, 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 blah. But the reason that person's even bringing it up in the first place is because they're jealous, you know, like, and I'm not just trying to say that everybody's jealous or, you know, whatever, but like, you know, we all know those people that are just like, like, no matter what it is, they have to say something negative about it, you know, but just brush that off, you know, that has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. And I just know that even when it comes to the haters, even when it comes to those negative people, one, they could always come around to it eventually when they mature, when they go along their journey. And two, you're going to have so many, like, for every hater, you're going to have like 10 non-haters, you know? And so it's like, you are going to have way more support and people that are inspired by you than people that are trying to drag you down or trying to hate on what you're doing. Especially if you have like true pure intentions and you mean harm to none. Only good things can come about that. Okay, let's clarify that 10 of Swords in the reverse, please and thank you. 6 of Swords. Yep. You are removing those swords from yourself. You are moving past those hurt feelings, those thoughts that are like overthinking thoughts that are negative, all those self-doubts, all of those people in the past that have told you not to do something. You're releasing all of that and you're like, these don't serve me. I'm going to leave those in the past and I'm going to move towards the things that do serve me, because I'm worth it. I'm worth it. And I don't deserve this baggage. I don't deserve all of this self-doubt. I don't deserve all these mean things that are going on in my mind trying to deter me from my path that I know is my path. So yeah, keep going, baby. Keep going. You're doing everything right now. Like, oh my gosh, this is great. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Wands. Yes. Like literally 6 of Wands, you're going to be celebrated. You're going to be seen as the star of the show. Like people are going to be in awe of you. Literally, that's what this is saying. So this literally just validates what I was just talking about. You're meant to shine. You're meant to do whatever it is that you're good at and be a beacon of hope, a beacon of light in this world. Regardless of what people say, regardless of what people think, it's meant to be. You are meant to shine, okay? Let's clarify this 9 of Cups card, please and thank you, Spirit. Like I said, I'm going to try and make this one quicker just because my phone and other circumstances today, but I feel like this message definitely needs to get out there because I'm sure somebody, at least one person, is going to need these words of encouragement. Yeah, so when it comes to clarifying that 9 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles popped out. And I love this card that this is clarifying the 9 of Cups because the 8 of Pentacles is the one just before the 9 of Pentacles. And in the 9 of Pentacles, it's all about like living amongst your abundance, living prosperously. And, just vibing with knowing that you have gained success, you have accomplished things. And so it's like you're literally so close to your dream fulfillment, to your wish fulfillment here. Like it's literally just on the other side. Like I feel like you're like literally I feel like there's like a hill and then there's a door and it leads down to the other side of the hill, right? And so it's like you have to like get to that point, and I feel like you're like just right in front of that door and you just have to pass through it, and then it's going to be all downhill from there in the best way possible. Like it's going to be easy. It's going to flow easier. Just keep working as hard as you are because it's going to pay off. It is. Ugh, that's a beautiful card to clarify that. Bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. And maybe you are having this shift in perspectives. Maybe you are starting to think more positively about these types of things. Maybe you have dealt with these self-doubt thoughts for like maybe your whole life. And maybe you're finally like saying enough is enough. I'm not going to let these thoughts hold me back. I'm not going to let other people's criticism hold me back. I'm going to keep going. Because you have like this spiritual enlightenment, and I feel like even inside of you, there's like a little flame or a little spark that tells you that you're meant for so much more than what it is that you've been told you are, what it is that you have felt that you were in the past when you didn't think kindly about yourself. Like, Spirit just wants you to know this is your path, this is your destiny, and you're meant to shine. Ugh, beautiful. Let's clarify that Sun card, please, and thank you, Spirit. Strength card. Oh my gosh, and this is actually pretty funny because these are both Leo cards. So I feel like you actually may be encouraged to sort of embody those Leo aspects of like confidence, of fieriness, tenaciousness, I feel like as well. Just like going for things, believing in yourself, not letting anything hold you back, because like the Strength card has to do a lot with like controlling those inner demons, controlling those voices inside of you that are trying to get you off your path. You're like, no. And you're coming, and it's not even that you're like hating that part of yourself either. You're so kind to that part of yourself. You are overcoming these thoughts by being kind to those aspects of yourself that are in the shadows, that you may not be proud of. Those moments of insecurity, those thoughts of, not, what's the word I'm looking for? Thoughts of doubt, yeah. And it's from an enlightened perspective. I feel like you're so enlightened as well. Like, oh my gosh, this is just beautiful. You have infinite wisdom because there's the infinity symbol above her head. So you have infinite wisdom from the divine. And I feel like, again, you have a little bit of an inclination or an inner knowing, an inkling, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Like you have some sort of sense within you. And it may just be a small little, tiny little tingle or a small little something, like a little like feeling of electricity even, within yourself. And it's telling you that you are meant for so much more. You are meant for greatness in your life. Ugh. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Swords. So yeah, you're gonna have those moments of self-doubt. You're gonna have those moments of overthinking. But know that it's not impossible to get out of that. At any point you can remove yourself out of that way of thinking, out of those mindsets. I'm gonna say it again. Positive affirmations can literally be life-changing. And I'm here living proof to say that it does, that they do help and that it does get better. You're not always going to be self-doubting. You're not always going to be trying to hold yourself back. You're not always going to be listening to what other people are saying. Because the great thing about this card too in the image is if she relaxed for a moment and maybe felt around her, she would see that she's surrounded by swords. But she can use those swords to her benefit to cut this rope that is binding her. If she rubbed up against one of these swords, she could get herself free and then remove that blindfold and run out of there. It's just really about thinking outside the box, thinking, using what you have at your disposal to get you out of these sticky situations, to get you out of your more negative frame of mind. It's so possible for you to get out of these situations. And I feel like that's another important part, is that you have the control here. Don't let anybody else, don't let anything else try to tell you that they have control over you, because you are the one in control, always. And you have spirit on your side as well to always give you that intuitive, those intuitive downloads, those messages, those words of encouragement, Let's go on and clarify this Knight of Wands. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Spirit, what do you have for this Knight of Wands for the collective? Please and thank you. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so divine timing. And I feel like this kind of goes back to that Six of Pentacles sort of message that I had about you can't rush nature. And we are a part of nature, even though we think that we aren't. We think that we're modern and we're sophisticated and we've removed ourselves from our natural state of being. And it's not true. It's not true at all. We are so connected to nature. I don't know, it's kind of laughable because we are still organic matter. When we die, we still decompose like the leaves, like the animals, like the dead bugs I walked past on the way here. It's just funny to think that we have somehow convinced ourselves that we are somehow separate from nature. So it makes perfect sense. If you can't rush nature, then why are you rushing yourself, right? And even though this Knight of Wands does have that forward motion, that moving energy of trying to go towards something, it's always that motion, that forward motion, that forward movement, going towards things. You can go towards those things quickly as long as you're not expecting a quick outcome, For example, I'm maybe this reading, for example. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter for various reasons, but I'm not, how would I apply this to this metaphor? I'm not going to expect anything to really come out of this reading other than getting the message out there and hopefully somebody resonates, that's all. That's all I see as the outcome or end goal here. I'm not thinking oh, I need to have this resonate with at least one person by 10 p.m. tonight. Because it's okay, you can't, you can't force things to happen like that because it's just not gonna. So trust that things are happening in divine timing, even if it's confusing, even if you had certain goals of reaching something by a certain point, maybe within your life, maybe within your goals. But just know that it's happening in divine timing and it's going to happen for the your highest good and the highest good of everyone involved. And there's also divine wisdom, again, that keeps coming up. You are so wise. And maybe these, maybe a lot of these messages are just kind of rewording what you've already felt inside of you, because I think you just have this divine wisdom about you. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning, and it's turning in your favor. Just lead with those passions, because it's going to lead you to your destiny. It's going to lead you to the things that are meant to happen for you. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Bottom of the deck, and the Temperance card. Yeah. You're so freaking powerful. Like, okay, literally. You are this master, what is the word I'm looking for? You take things that are not ideal. You turn them into something that is ideal. Like, you're such a master at that. You're able to do that, and that's like a rare quality to have. And you do it in the most loving and kind way. Like, you have such a kindness, a lightness about you that I feel like is just so beautiful. Always like keep in touch with that part of yourself. Keep that part of yourself always like there in your mind, there in your spirit, because I feel like it's going to only lead to more success. I feel like maybe there's another message with that. Well, again, there's like infinite wisdom, divine wisdom that is at play here. So maybe there's even a message here about like, you know when to act and when to not. You know when to go forward and when to pause. You know when to rest and when to take action. So it's like, trust that you know best what is best for you, okay? And listen to those divine downloads. Listen to that intuition, whatever it's trying to tell you, you know? Okay, let's clarify this Two of Swords, please and thank you. What do you have for this Two of Swords, please and thank you, Spirit? Oh, I think somebody's walking a husky. Oh, I love huskies. They're so cute. They're very loud, but I love them. I love them. Okay, so if you come out for this Two of Swords, Ten of Cups, beautiful. Four of Swords, beautiful. Judgment card, beautiful. The Moon, beautiful. Yeah, and okay, yeah. Yeah. This is like your goal, right? You want this happily ever after. You want to succeed. You want to have this emotional fulfillment in so many ways, right? In so many areas of your life. You want to feel happy. You want to feel emotionally fulfilled. But there is confusion. And there is a lack of clarity at some points, you know? And so it's like, I almost feel like you may be resisting rest and caring for yourself because you feel like it's an obstacle, or you feel like it's just slowing you down. But I'm here to say that it's not. It's not slowing you down. You're not going to lose progress. It's only going to help you further along your path. It's only going to help you achieve this happiness, this wish fulfillment, this happily ever after for yourself. It's like, it's only going to help you. It's only going to help you down your path, because again, it's your destiny. It's your fate here. No matter the timeline, again, like, there's something about timelines and comparing ourselves to other people's timelines. And it's like, your timeline is specific to you, you know? Regardless of where you're at in life, regardless of what you've accomplished, regardless of your education, regardless of any of those factors, you are on the path that you're supposed to be on, and there's a bigger purpose. There's a bigger reason for this. Just trust that, okay? And make sure you're taking care of yourself, because only good things can come as a result of caring for yourself, of resting. Yes, and there's going to be like, I feel almost like this is like an epiphany with the Judgment card. Like, maybe through this rest, you're going to realize that, like, maybe you answer a question that you had for yourself, or maybe like a solution to a problem that you felt like was standing in the way. Like, I feel like you can get a lot of spiritual wisdom through resting. The Moon, yes, I feel like this kind of goes into that as well, because when the Moon deals with emotions, it deals with intuition. And so it's like, when we rest, we are the most tapped into our intuition. We are the most tapped into the divine, you know? And that, like, our emotions, our intuition, those all those things, like, are so much part of that that journey, you know, of that resting period. It, like, things might not be clear right now, but that I feel like is mostly based out of fear and not the reality of the situation. Like, I think things are only going to become clearer when you take care of yourself, when you rest, when you do the things that you need to do in order to function at your best, in order to achieve what you want to achieve. And there will be clarity. There will be this epiphany. And I feel like this is kind of going back to like just resting, because the moon, you know, we typically sleep at night, some of us. And so it's like, yeah, I feel like it's telling you rest, 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 rest is such a big emphasis in this. And yeah, you could receive downloads. You could receive like words of wisdom from your spirit guides, from your spiritual team, from spirit, you know, like I feel like there's going to be messages in there. There's going to be like a reason for you resting at the time that you do. Because again, this is your destiny. So regardless of if you take a nap now or if you take a nap later, you're going to be on that same timeline because it's your timeline, right? You know, there's no cutoff period. There's no, you need to achieve this by a certain date or you're fired. You know, this is all for you, and it's all your path. It's all your purpose. It's all your destiny. Yeah, I keep going back to that word because it's so true. Queen of Cups. So there is a lot has to do with like emotions here, especially with the Moon card and now the Queen of Cups. You have such a beautiful heart, for one, and lead with that. Something about that is very important. Maybe that's how you reach others, is through your kindness, through your kind giving, through your friendly nature, you know, through being this light, this beautiful, kind soul in the world. It's going to matter. It's going to make an impact. And don't hide it. You may have felt the need to sort of like hide your kind heart because maybe people made you feel like it wasn't a good thing, or that you were too sensitive, or that like blah 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 blah. There's a million reasons, right? But I feel like when you let that kindness show, when you let that heart of gold show in the world, it only is going to inspire others to be kind. It's only going to affect people in the best of ways. So just trust that. Trust that you are safe, that you're protected, that it's okay to show your hearts, your sensitivities. And in fact, it's part of what makes you so beautiful. It's part of what is going to be leading to the success in your life, you know? Especially when you come at things from genuine intentions and like pure intentions, you know, with harm to none, with intention to harm none. You know, that's I don't know. I don't know if I'm emphasizing it correctly, but like it just feels so important. You know, keep doing that. Keep feeding that kindness. Keep doing things that are helpful for others. There's a beautiful little butterfly. Hi, buddy. Oh, he's flying around like crazy. He's dark with like yellowish spots, maybe whitish, like white and yellow. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. It might be a moth. Anyways. Yes, okay, so let's go on and clarify that Six of Pentacles. Please and thank you, Spirit. Well, I'll just see if there was anything else. Okay. The Magician card. You're manifesting a destiny in which you're going to be receiving. You're going to be in your receptive mode. You're going to be in the mode of things coming to you finally. Because I feel like you've been trying and trying and trying to go towards things to come, like, I don't know how to word that. Like, you've been trying to go to things, but things are going to be coming to you, and it's because of your manifestation. And there's so much more behind manifestation. There's so much work that goes behind manifesting. It's not an easy thing to do, because otherwise we would all be manifesting every single thing in our lives. But also there's like a whole nother part of manifestation that is like, I truly believe that we don't really manifest things into our life unless they're meant for us, right? Yeah. And like, you know, and sometimes it's not ideal things that we manifest into our lives, like, you know, toxic exes or something, but it's meant to take place in the time that it does so that we learn lessons, so that we grow and evolve and change for the future, for our future selves, to make an impact in the world. There's like a lot of yellow that is like sticking out to me in this reading with that Strength card, that Sun card, and the Magician. So like, just being a bright light in the world, you know, that is like, you're going to be so beautiful, you're going to be so bright, you're going to be so shining, and everybody's going to be inspired by you, you know. Death card. going through these major transformations. Yeah, I'm almost even getting this as like killing those self-doubts. And that sounds a little bit extreme, I know. But like, you know, when it comes to those thoughts that are creeping in, that are trying to tell you not to go down this path, these like thoughts of doubt, these thoughts like, oh, this isn't going to work out after all. Okay, Spirit, it's okay. Kill them where they stand. Like, it feels very much like a warrior type of energy. Like, battle those thoughts, but I guess at the same time, be kind, you know, and understand that those parts of yourself are just based on fear. They're just based in your own insecurities, based off of what other people have judged you for, or have tried to, like, you know, say to you in order to make you feel insecure like that. But yeah. Because although death is scary, there is a certain kindness about it. And I know that's going to sound really rough. Not everybody's going to like to hear that message, because it's like, you know, what good could there possibly be when somebody dies? But like, think about it in the way of like, most of the time, especially if somebody's at the end of their life and they're suffering and they're in a lot of pain and their quality of life is just, you know, really rough. A lot of the times when we know that person has finally passed, we have a sense of relief. We have a sense of, at least they're not, what's the word? They're not no longer in pain. You know, their pain is over. You know, like they are at peace. And so like, and also like, you know, this goes to endings as well. This can be applied to endings in general. Like, for instance, when we end those relationships with those toxic exes, sure, it's probably bittersweet in the moment, because a lot of the times when we leave people, we still love them to some extent, even if they've treated us terribly. But we learn from those situations. We grow from those situations. And so it's like there is still something to sort of love about those experiences, because it's like, if that never took place, I wouldn't have learned the lessons that I've learned, that I can apply to my life now, you know? Yeah. So trust in the process, trust in transformation, trust that you are going to be coming out as a beautiful butterfly. You know, if you're working on yourself, if you're in that cocoon state right now, you're going to come out of it and you're going to be so beautiful and you're going to take flight, you know? That is your destiny. You're meant to shine, okay? I think that's perfect. I think I'm going to leave it just like right there. I'm sorry for the background noise, but I want to just keep this going because I don't know if my phone, I don't know. Maybe my phone already died. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully not. We'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this. I truly appreciate it. And if it resonated at all, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become you can become an honorary bee like me, and we can be a little bee family together. So yeah, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. And if you would like to be notified for upcoming videos, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.